Welcome, welcome everybody. I am super excited that you're on here. It says my connection is unstable, so that's not good. Today's just gonna be one of these days. Anyway, so tonight's topic is all about team building. So the first thing I wanna do is talk to you a little bit, just a minute, about mindset. We can either tell ourselves, nobody wants to do this, or team building is hard, or I've already asked my 4 friends, they're not interested. And what I'm gonna tell you is for everyone who says they're not interested, there's someone else out there praying, gosh, I wish I had another way to make money. Or gosh, my kid just went off to college last week. I'd love to belong to something. So you don't know what other people are needing in their life, which is one of the reasons why asking questions is one of your greatest assets when it comes to team building. So one of the first things I'm going to do is say, grab a piece of paper. Now, I'm going to have you number it 1 to 10. And by the end of the time, we're in the next 15 minutes, you're going to have 10 names written on there. So I want you to first of all think about this, and you may already have a name or two ready to write. If you knew the response, like you're like wanting to say to them, can we meet for coffee? I want to share more about Mary Kay, or I really want you on my team. We've got the fastest growing team, or I'm going into directorship. Will you help by helping me be on my team? There are people in your life that you already feel I would love to have her on my team. Like, oh my gosh, my customer, oh, I have so many really good customers, but like Deborah, I would love to have Deborah on my team. So I'm going to write her down. So what I want you to do is not prejudge. If you've already asked her and she said, not now, or I'm not interested now, write her down anyway. So if there's a customer that comes to mind that loves the product, like if you disappeared, she'd hunt down a Mary Kay girl. Somebody you know who you love her energy. She's got great energy. She loves people. She might be a teacher, a nurse, customer service rep, hospitality, hotel, waitressing. All of those people love this company because it's a relationship-driven business. So on your list of 1 to 10, just start writing a few names. It might be a customer named Kelly. It might be another customer named Suzanne. It might be a customer that's been with you a long time, or it might be your very first skincare sell from last week if you're brand new. So I just want you to start thinking of a few names. Okay, now let's say you've written down, I don't know, type in the chat. Does everybody have at least 1 name written down? Like if you knew they were open to the idea, like you knew they were going to be positive, who would you ask? Like that's the name I want you to put down, is if you knew that they were going to say, yeah, actually, Sandy, I'd love to hear more about Mary Kay. As you pick yourself off the floor, who would you ask, right? If it's that person. So you're going to write down a few names. Your next assignment is to go on Mary Kay In Touch under, I don't even know where it is anymore. It used to be under business tools, but you're looking for the video lounge, or I think now it might just be called videos, but you're looking for the video lounge. And what you're going to do is you're going to go under video lounge. You're going to click on shareable videos. And then you're going to click on the sharing the core opportunity ones, which are the It Just Fits. And I'll tell you why I want you to go to the It Just Fits. So I'm actually going to try to do this right now with you. Hopefully this will work. Okay, hold on a second. Let me see if I can screen share. Is this going to work? This whole Zoom thing today is just super non-cooperative. All right, let's see if this works. All right, so you're going to go. So this is your 24-hour homework assignment, no matter who and when you are watching this video. Okay, so now you're on Mary Kay In Touch. You're going to go down to, who knows, it might be under education now. Let me see. They keep moving things on In Touch. That's not where it is. Okay, so let's try business tools. Video library, look at that. So you're going to go to video library. Okay. And this is part of your homework assignment. So go to video library and come on. Oh my gosh, this is just crazy. I know what's going on with my computer. I'll try it again. Go to business tools, go down to video library, click on video library. It should take me to the video library. Okay, well, I have no idea what it's doing, so just bear with me 1 second. So anyway, here's what we're going to do. When you get to the video library, you're going to go to the videos that say It Just Fits. Why those? Some of them can be longer. Some of them are 5, 6, 7 minutes, and every one of the It Just Fits is under three minutes max or less. All right. So what you're going to do is I want you to pick on 5 different videos. So what you're going to do on your piece of paper is you're going to write down the name of the It Just Fits video. Let's say it's Susie Smith. It's her story, even though you don't know who Susie Smith is. You're going to write down Susie Smith. You're going to watch her It Just Fits video. And let's say she's the one that says, oh my gosh, I was an attorney for 30 years. I loved my job, but it wasn't very fun, and I was looking for something fun to do. And who would have ever thought in a million years that when my beauty consultant talked to me about the Mary Kay opportunity, I thought, really? And she thought, well, why not? I don't have anything fun going on in my life. So she joined Mary Kay. The point I'm going to say is, so right next to that person's video, you're going to write attorney or business executive over, for 40, 30 years or 20 years or whatever it was. And so she's in a different stage of life. She probably doesn't have kids living at home. She's probably an empty nester. Does that make sense? So you're going to write a little bit about that. And while you're watching, this is key, while you're watching that 2-minute video about whatever the story is, right? Okay, this is really driving me nuts, you guys. Now it's making me log back in. You're going to write down a minimum of 2 names that you can think of. Who do you know who's a professional who could relate to this video? And you might think of, oh, I actually know a gal who's an attorney, or it doesn't have to be the same occupation, but you might know a principal of a school who's well educated, or somebody who's in a leadership position at their job. All right. Then the next one you open up on the It Just Fits. Okay, now you guys hopefully can see my video lounge. Man, this thing is, you'd think there was a hamster behind my computer running so slow. So over here on the left, we're going to go to shareable. So we're going to click on shareable videos. Okay, it will turn. You guys, I apologize for this. I have no idea what's going on. It might be my Wi-Fi, but I spend the most money you can possibly buy on Wi-Fi. Like, it's the fastest stuff Comcast offers. So don't ask me how it could be this slow. Okay, so now we've got this. So now we're going to go over here and we're going to do It Just Fits team building. Okay, and you're going to end up with a ton of videos. There are 17. I'm asking you to only pick 5. So let's take this one, Madison Bigham. Madison Bigham is a college student. So you're going to watch, so you're going to write down on your sheet of paper, Madison Bigham. You're going to watch it and you're going to put on their 18-year-old college student. And while you're watching it, you're thinking to yourself, who is young, who's in college that I know? And you're going to come up with 2 names. Maybe your best friend's daughter just went off to college. I literally just had this happen. And she said, yeah, my daughter just went off to college. I said, is she going to be looking for a part-time job? She goes, probably. I said, oh my gosh, I need to talk to her about Mary Kay. Okay. Then maybe you're going to listen to Kelly Lopez. Okay. And she was a mom. I don't know exactly her whole story, but you might listen to that one. So you pick any 5 you want. It doesn't matter to me which 5 you pick. And as you're listening to each one of these 5 videos, you are going to be writing down at least 2 names of people that you think would relate to that video. Okay. Now, when you get down here, notice it says load more. So that's not just all your choices. You can hit load more and there's all these. Now, this woman down here at the bottom, Marnie Hendricks, she has 7 kids. So my newest prospect has 2, but they're little. They're under 3. So she's got like a 3 and a 1-year-old. And I sent her this because she's like, I don't know, Diane, I don't know if I've got time. I've got 2 kids. And, I try to help my husband sometimes with bookkeeping for his company. And I'm busy, but it sounds like so much fun. I'd love the extra money. I said, well, would you, if I sent you a 2-minute video, would you watch it? She said, sure. So I sent her this and she sent me a text back. Ha, ha, ha. I don't have 7 kids. I guess I can do this. So she could relate to her because I don't have little kids at home. Does that make sense? So she wrote down this gal's name. So you're going to pick any 5 videos on here. Doesn't matter between which 5 you pick. Write the lady's name down. Write a little bio about her. Now, while you're listening, you're going to add to your list of 10 who would relate to this video. So like for the gal here, Madison, who do you know that's young at college? Maybe it's one of your friend's daughters. It might be one of your nieces. You might listen to this gal right here, Kimberly, and whatever her story is, you might say, oh my gosh, I know somebody who's in real estate or whatever this gal does. Does that make sense? So you're using these videos to help you trigger a list. I promise you, when you watch 5 videos, you will come up with your list of 10. You will think of people because you're not prejudging. You're not saying, do I think this college student is interested? I have no idea. But it'd be crazy for me not to send her this video and say, hey, I'd love your input. I'm happy to give you a half off mascara just for watching it and telling me what you think. Okay, half off mascara, guys, doesn't cost anything, right? So that's one of the things I want you to do. Okay, the other thing I want you to do is I want you to be really comfortable and confident with layering information. Now, one of the things we're probably the most guilty of is, I hate using these words, but throwing up or barfing information all over this prospect. Okay. So let's say April's one of my customers and she's ordered twice from me in 2 months. And I'm thinking, God, she's got such a great personality. She's outgoing. She's gorgeous. She seems really fun. And I say, April, can I ask you a really silly question? Have you ever thought, or could you or your family use an extra $600 to $1,000 a month? And she'll probably, if she lives in California, she'll probably roll her eyes and laugh and say, well, of course, Diane, everybody could use an extra $1,000. And I said, well, I'm just curious, does a cash holiday season interest you? And she might say, well, yeah, I'd love cash for the holidays. And I'd say, if you'll give me just 15 minutes to share a little bit about Mary Kay, I'm happy to give you, you can do whatever you want, you guys. Any half price item they want, like literally any one item they want at half price, or you could offer them a free mascara, whatever you want, because you have to remember their time is money and their time is valuable. So it's important to honor their time. So what I would do though is I would send April. So let's say April says, yeah, I'll meet you for coffee tomorrow. Well, I want to layer her with some information, right? So I'm probably going to text her a picture, and it's on boards, it's on our Facebook page, or you can get off the Mary Kay website, the 3 options to start. And I'll say, well, in case you were going to ask me tomorrow how much it costs to start, it's $35. Here's the flyer. So you send her the flyer. Now a D and an I personality are going to go, that's nice. An S or C personality, you're actually going to read the flyer. Okay. And then I would send them whatever video April's going to relate to, whatever video you think she's going to hear and go, wow, I can relate to that woman. Another really good one, if she texts you back right away and says, oh my gosh, that was great. And I'd say, hey, our company also just made one for our 60th anniversary. It's only 4 minutes. Can I send that to you? And she might say, sure, this is what my gal did. So I sent her that video. What's very powerful about that 60th anniversary video is there's every ethnicity, every age, and everything in that video. And it's short, it's very on trend. So if you've got somebody whose nose is in the air who goes, oh, I don't know, Mary Kay was my mother's makeup, send them the 60th anniversary video. That will show them how on trend we are. All right. So you're going to make your list of numbered 1 to 10. You're going to watch 5 videos. And as you're watching each video, you're going to think of at least 2 people that would relate to that video. Do not even go into your head and think, is she going to be interested? Okay. Because it's not about, is she going to be interested? I just want you to write down these 10 names. Then you're going to call your director and say, okay, I've made my list of 10. Then you and your director are going to brainstorm and say, okay, how many of these people have been facialed? Are any of them customers? Are they local? What do we need to do? Because you guys could still get a gold medal this month and add 5 to your team in the next couple of days. Happens all the time. Okay. So it's absolutely doable. So the other thing I want to make sure you understand is the commission. So jot this down. When you have your first team member, you make 4% from Mary Kay's pocket, not from your new team member. So your first and second team member, your title changes to senior consultant, and you make a 4% commission. She might order twice a month. She might order once a year or twice a year. Whenever she does order out of Mary Kay's 50%, you will be paid. Does that make sense? All right. Then when you have that magical 3rd and 4th team member, your commissions now are on a scale. They are at the low of 4. They could go 6 or they could go 8%. Well, that's a huge difference between 4 and 8%. That's double, right? So here's the deal. If your order, you count, if your order and your team members' orders total over 800 wholesale. So if you're doing your 6 or 7 every month, that's pretty easy. If you hit 800 or over, then you're no longer at 4%, you're at 6%. So 4% is under 800. 800 to 1799 is 6%. And if your order and their orders total 1800, then you're making 8%. Now, that's great, but it does vary from month to month, right? So if you want that guaranteed income, the magical number is getting 5 on your team. When you have 5 active on your team, you automatically make 9%. Always 9%. Whether one orders, all of them order, you make 9% as long as 5 are active and you're active. You make a 9% commission. And the only way it'll jump from 9 to 13, there's 2 things. One is you have to do your 600 every month. In order for me to make my 13% check, I have to do my own personal 600. Does that make sense? And then I need to make sure that 5 of my personal team order in the month. Well, as you build your team, America used to ask us as directors to have a unit within a unit. So I think I have like 72 personal team members or whatever. So every month, obviously I have probably 20 or 30 of them ordering. So I'm always making sure I do my 600 because that way I'm guaranteed a 13% check. So if you're a director or a consultant and you're watching, will you type in the chat, what is the highest team building commission you've earned so far? Consultants and directors, if you've ever earned a commission check from team building, from sharing this Mary Kay opportunity, type in the chat how much your commission check was, because I am dying to know. Just let us know what your highest check is so far. So far, what is the highest team building commission check you've ever earned from Mary Kay? Type it in the chat. We want to see. So I want to make sure you guys understand the commissions, but most importantly is to get out of your own way. There is a placemat. I call it a placemat. It's a 9x12 flyer, or 8.5 by 17, I guess, flyer that has on the front of it some stories about Mary Kay, the company. And then on the back, it has the 35, 75, excuse me, 35, 45, and $90 options. And so I literally tuck those in a lot of my reorders. And I put them in if I'm mailing a packet out to a hostess and I've talked to her and I'm thinking, ooh, she sounds amazing, I include that in there and I make a note. Included with hostess packet is the opportunity. So I can talk to her about it. Let's look at some of these checks. $860 from Carrie McCurdy. Good for you. Patsy has 2,100. Wow. Sandy Moeller, 1,500. Wow. 5,000 for Melanie. Melanie, you had a $5,000 commission check from team building. Holy smoke. You beat me, babe. I think my highest has been like 2,000 something. So but you guys, here's the deal. The size of the check is the measure of the pleasure you bring into the lives of others. I'll say that again. The size of the check is the measure of the pleasure you bring into the life of others. So this isn't about you. This is about her. And so what I will tell you, they might stay in for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Hopefully a lifetime. But if not, they might need to raise money for college, or maybe they want to buy new furniture. Maybe they want to have an all cash Christmas or all cash holiday season. So you just never know what's going to motivate them. But don't prejudge. Start with a list of 1 to 10. Write a couple names down of people who if you just knew they'd say yes, even if they said no, write their name down if you really want them on your team, because those vibes are really powerful. And then I want you to pick 5 videos. As you're watching the video, come up with at least 2 names to add to that list. You'll have more than 10 names, trust me. And you might start brainstorming and thinking, I know actually a lot of people whose daughter just went away to college. Or if you're young, I have a lot of friends who've just gone away to college. They need something flexible. And there's a lot of people's stories out there that joined Mary Kay when they were 18. All right, so I hope you guys found this helpful. Team building is a mindset. It's super, super simple. Just we have to share. We have to share the opportunity. That's all that Mary Kay ever asked us to do. All right, you guys, thanks for jumping on tonight.